All right, hey everyone, Vincent Nguyen here for Tipline. Welcome to our live stream for the week. We are back. The market is open here in about 30 minutes, and I've got stuff to go through with you today. Both charts from our team and from my personal list, and some things that we want to look at as well for the rest of the week. So with that, let's go over the team chart first, and then we'll talk about what I think might have some movements this week as well. Switch over to trading view. Okay, hope you can see everything here. Hope everything looks good. Let me know if you guys have any issues on your end. Okay, let's dig in. First things first, AMC. Where do I see AMC? I still see AMC as being extremely bullish. This was my one-day chart that I marked up probably a week ago, maybe. I'm seeing the low of 1072 is probably the low right now. The lowest was 1035, and that's like $1.03 pre-split. So this was my overly aggressive price movement. I think that AMC is going to take once things get going. So when when the shares are oversold or diluted this bad, the one moving average that I always fall back on is the 3 exponential moving average, and that's this yellow line here. And as you can see, when it was being shorted down, it was the price was respecting it, right? And then as soon as it hit the bottom here at 1072, it started to close above the 3MA, and this is on the day chart. And as of the first, it did close above the 3, and so I believe that the next target is the 8 EMA at 1520, which is $1.50. And I just sitting here thinking AMC where it was and where it is now, it just blows my mind. I can't, I'm sorry, it's sucked balls, and we know who to thank for that. And it's not hedge funds, it's not the market, it is a singular person. You can hate me, you can unsubscribe, but we all know who that individual is. So where am I seeing it go? Is it still looking bullish on the 4-hour chart? Let's take a look. Let's jump in really quick here. All right, 4-hour chart. Looks like I've got a little bit of a pause here with this indicator telling me that there might be a little bit of retracement. But as of right now, I mean, this is real-time data here as far as we can see. Price is still respecting the 3 EMA. It's closing above the 8. Came down, touched the 8 EMA, and that could be a little bit of that pause that I was talking about here just now. So we're seeing this bounces off, and then buying pressure is coming back in on the 4-hour. Looks good. Volume is not terrible, and it's not great at 173,000 shares. As long as I see this trend moving up, and I see on the 8, and I see this trend moving up on the 20 SMA, it's looking good. It is looking good. What about that 1-hour chart? I think the 1 hour should be bullish as well. Let's take a look. And let's do this 1 hour over here. We've actually got the oscillators. Okay, so the 1 hour chart on this side is also looking extremely bullish. There's a doji here that's forming. I guess it's not a doji anymore, but again, everything is closing above the 3, above the 8, above the 20, and above the 50, and that to me is extremely bullish. There might be a little bit of retracement down to the 8 at 13, but this is pretty strong. This is very strong price action that I want to see what happens here when the market opens. Okay, speaking of market open, let's look at the 10-minute chart. Again, everything is lining up to look extremely bullish. Price came down on the 10-minute chart, break below the 20 dotted line, came back up. So anytime you see this test of a strong support and it bounces back up, came back down, and then look at the buying pressure, right? That is what I like to see price movement in terms of being extremely bullish. If you're trading below the 200, you're in a bearish territory. This is where the algorithm will continue to short. But when you're in a bullish territory where AMC is at right now for the 10-minute chart, I expect this to continue to drive up. Unless something goes wrong, I don't know, can't predict the market, but based on what I'm seeing, this is bullish. Okay, next up, MCRB. MCRB, let's see, 1 day. Okay, let's get rid of all these, because I'm using the same chart, it's overlaying. Okay, so MCRB, I believe it closed bullish with 1.79 million shares with an average share volume of 1.5. So it's good. Buying pressure, it's above the 8. I want to wait and see what happens at open today, because based on my 1 hour chart, let's actually do 4 hour chart. It gapped up here. Yep. So just as I predicted, if you got a chance to see my live video earlier today where it's now enlisted, I mentioned that I drew this earlier, I mentioned that it was going to come down, retest to 3, and possibly even the 8 as this line comes up here. If that happens, there will be a little bit of retracement, which is fine, because on the 1 hour chart, you've got this 20 SMA possibly crossing over the 50 SMA soon, and that is a very bullish sign that price is high enough to be able to pull the moving at the shorter time frame of the moving averages above the longer time frame, and that to me is very bullish. So watch for this action. Let's look at the hour chart really quick. Yep, same with the hour chart. There's going to be, I'm seeing a little bit of a retracement, and the intersect could be right at around $3.62, where it's sitting at, it hit this level of resistance on the 200 moving average for the 1 hour. And of course, when you see price come up, okay, and it bounces off the support, if it doesn't continue to go down, that's bullish. I'm sorry, that's bearish. If it continues to go below the support, which is the 200 SMA on the 1 hour, that's bearish. If it bounces off and goes up, just like what I drew here, then yes, this is extremely bullish, and expect more good things to come from the stock. EBET, this was someone that, EBET, this is for, I forget your username, but you request this in the comment. I told you I would look at it for you. Okay, so the 1 hour chart, I want to, since I haven't looked at EBET yet, I want to look and see the state of where the stock is trading. Oof, dang, it got murdered. What happened? 45 million shares got dropped. Average volume is 162. Let me see real quick. The float is 294 million shares. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is there's definitely, in my opinion, once again, this is not financial advice. Make sure that you do your own DD and your own TA, because anything I share here is not financial advice, because I am not a financial advisor. For those new tuning into the channel, I see there's going to be more downside for EBET, simply because it hasn't come full circle yet. When I look at the oscillator, if you look here, you notice how it went from overbought all the way here, and then price did this, and then now it's completely oversold. Price jumped, I'm sorry here, price jumped, come on, okay, so it won't do it over there, and then price jumped up, and then now I'm waiting for it to get oversold again. So it's probably going to do something like this, do a little bit of bounce before it completes the cycle. Most likely, once it hits the top of the oversold, I'm expecting some sort of retracement up to the 50, right here, 50 SMA. And then from there, it's going to get rejected at the 50 and then come back down to close out the loop in this for the oscillator. 4 hour, let's see if the 4 hour chart supports it. Yep, the 4 hour looks, it's consolidating right here. It's consolidating quite a bit. This is the, I'm sorry, this is the 1 hour. Right now it's trading in very bearish territory underneath 200. So let's see what happens, because I believe that if the moving average comes down, we could see a test for the 200 again, and that test should correlate to some sort of a price action moving up to the 50 SMA on the 1 day chart. All right, good luck with that. NVOS has some news. Make sure you check the description for the news that's coming out or expected in terms of FDA and things like that, okay? So NVOS received an underwriting clearance notice from RC Consulting Group, blah, blah, blah. Read that for yourself. I could care less because I'm here to talk about TA. So here's, let's see here. Do I got the wrong, okay, here we go. All right, this is the 1 day chart. So I drew this out, I guess, a couple days ago, and it's got this wild ride here. Went up, came down, and gap filled this gap here. If you look, the market loves to fill the gap, and it's not quite filled yet. So, and then it gapped up again. I bet this gapped up based on the news that I received last week, and then it bounced up again. There's a gap here. I'm expecting some sort of, probably another gap up, possibly today. If not, yeah, possibly people are going to start selling the news here today, and then this is where you will see this massive gap fill to come back down to price target 2, which is 13 cents. I know that's going to be a massive drop, so that's looking at like a 39-40% drop in terms of retracement back to the 200 SMA on the day, because it's always going to come back and then bounce off from there. All right, that's NVOS for just within the next day or two. We'll have to revisit that. FNGR. Okay, so again, I TA'd this last week or something like that, and I drew this out where I predicted that the price was going to move up, and it did. Came back down, never touched the 200-day moving average, but it bounced back up again, and right now on the 1 day chart, it's looking very, very bullish because it's sitting above the 3. The 3 is sitting above the 8 is above the 20, again above the 50. This tells me, this is how you determine whether a stock is bullish or bearish, is when price action sits up, it's literally levitating above all the moving averages and they line up. But just be real careful that it's starting to get into the oversold area, okay? I use these 2 indicators to tell me, and then to make my decision on whether it's a good entry for the medium term, since it is a day chart. Let's see here, the 4 hour, is it the 4 hour? That's the 1 hour. Let's look at the 4 hour, see what's gonna happen right at market opens. Okay, so the 4 hours looking like there's a doji forming. Watch for this breakout at around 5:45 today at price when the market opens on FNGR. If it breaks this here, this trend, what you might see is, again, this line, right? I kind of drew this last week, and it perfectly lines up. So we could see this, something like this, and then most likely it's going to come back down and test. And then we'll see if it's going to come all the way back down, or it's going to bounce up. So those are the scenarios you're looking at for FNGR today. Today going in tomorrow. MONI, someone asked for this. I don't like sub-penny stocks, and I don't like stocks that that derive from pump and dumpers. I believe MONE is a pump and dumper stock. You can hate me for it, but yes, these stocks, as you can see, are basically pump and dump. But that being said, even so, look at the harmonic pattern here, ABCD pattern. It came up at the harmonic optimized pricing at 3 cents, and then bam, look at that. It nailed price target 1, and I was calling for price target 2 at 2 cents, and then look at that, it nailed it on the dot right here on 8.9, and it bounced around, and then the wave. So wave 4 to 5 is the last wave, and that is also a very profitable wave. Not as profitable as wave 2 to 3, which started in March, and it came all the way up to 3 here, came back down to the 200, bounced off of that, and then all the way up to the top of 5. So as you can see, even though it's a pump and dump stock, it still respects the moving averages. It still respects the law of trading, if you will. Even if its price becomes an outlier, it will still be normalized and follow the trend. And MONE is no exception to this. And now that we've looked at this, it makes complete sense, right? I mean, it makes complete sense. Wave 4 to 5 came back down to wave 5 to A. Look at where it bounced off of, the 50 SMA right here, 50 SMA. But guess what? That's just wave A. You still have wave A up to B somewhere here, most likely to the 200. And then B will most likely line up with the 200 moving average. You cannot, it doesn't matter what retail pumpers do. At the end of the day, the market will do what it does. It will complete cycles, and that's MONE. Okay, that's my overview look. Now GTII is just a pain in my rear because I can't seem to shake this stock. Maybe, I mean, look at the day chart here. It's doing this little bell thing. So I had this drawn out previously, and I'm thinking this is a doji that was formed on Friday. What was that? Open at 63 and close at 63. So what I would do today is I would watch what happens with the $63 price target. If price with the doji, my rule of thumb is if price opens above the last period closing price and it continues to trade upward, that is the new trend, especially on the day chart. It should respect the trajectory that is what the market has dictated. And not only that, let me get rid of the chart here really quick. Not only that, I believe, oh man, that's almost in the inside bar from the day before, just off by a penny or so, a fraction of a penny. But this is what I have drawn out previously for GTII. Probably a day early, but I'm expecting something like this. At least target here is 70 cents at the 20-day moving average. So keep an eye on that. Volume looks decent-ish. 168,000 shares, not great, but it is what it is. 4-hour chart tells me that, yeah, so 4-hour chart gapped up a little bit. It's going to come back. I expect it to come back down to test 64 cents, which is where it's at. Gapped up. You know what? It might even gap down a little lower because this is a pretty big gap. So look at, yeah, I mean, when you're talking about this price range, 1 or 2 penny is like nothing. So it's going to fluctuate. I would imagine GTII to just dick around. I mean, say that word, bounce around this range until it decides to do what it does. So this is something that I think it's going to consolidate within this range before it does something. So keep an eye on that. All right, so that's just a quick run through of what I'm expecting from the stock that our team is trading. My list consists of stock that has some movements coming. BLRX, if you look at the description below, it submitted a new drug application for something in the stem cell, something too technical, don't care, just know that there's a catalyst coming. This is a case where I think people already bought the rumor and they're about to sell the news. If you look at the hour chart, right here is where I start to, if I was looking at BLRX, this is where I would start paying attention, because it's starting to cross above the 8 EMA. This is where things look really bullish, right? So there's a small a small retracement here, a pause above, testing the 20 SMA, which is really amazing because bounces up, comes down, tested the 20, and then bounce back up again. This is extremely bullish. Now, is it going to stay bullish? I don't know, because from my cycle, it's already gone. This is literally almost parabolic right here. This is also wave 4 to 5, and if you've been following me, you should understand that 4 to 5 is the second larger wave behind 2 to 3. Okay, let's see, 2 to 3. 2 to 3 went up 221%, and then wave 4 to 5, 74%. Okay, so you can almost follow the dot one for one here. So where is it going next? I would assume that if I look at the 4-hour chart, it looks like the retracement has already started. My indicator here is telling me that retracement has already started. This could be the peak already. So as soon as I see price move below the 3 EMA, I'm assuming that the sellers are starting to take profit and come down below the 8 and then drop to consolidate somewhere within this range, with the 200 being support. Okay, so about $1.55 is what I'm looking at the retracement to be. Where's the 200 on here? Yeah, here's the 200. Okay, the 200. So yeah, BLRX is trading in bull territory, because it's, look at this, it's got a strong 200 SMA support. That's really good. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, those lines, they don't show up well, but I'm used to the chart being the way they are. Changing it would be a little confusing, so we'll figure something out on the lines. Okay, guys, thanks for letting me know. All right, just real quick to close this up, it's probably gonna come back down and test the bottom of this trend here at some point, and that's to be expected. I mean, these stocks don't go up forever. They're in cycle based, and they rely on news to go up, and you have to be able to ride the cycle, and you do not, I repeat, you do not want to be stuck. You want from here to here, 4 to 5, but you do not want to be caught in this downdraft, because you will be in a world of hurt. Now, if you want to wait and ride A back up to B for a short-term swing trade, do that. but be really careful, because wave 5 is 4 to 5 is ending. It's ending. You got to be really careful with this. And let's look at the oscillator. See if the oscillator supports it. Yeah, I mean, hello, the oscillators support this. It is, in fact, they're both oversold right now, completely oversold. Why would you enter this right now? I mean, this is called chasing, and when you chase, you're gonna get burned. Okay, I hope that helps. OCUP, FDA date set for September 28th for Nyxol eye drop, Mydriasis. So this has got some time. Ooh, it's ugly. Let me see how ugly it is. Okay, September 28th, so there's still some time. It's definitely skirting with bear territory here. Oh, this is a good chart to demonstrate the trend. Oh, look, it even has a pattern. Look at that. Yeah, so there's a massive bearish crab pattern here, and that big leg from 2 to 3 is the last leg of this pattern. How interesting. Okay. Oh, no one told me my hair is looking terrible. Yeah, I literally roll out of bed, so you're gonna have to excuse my look. So yeah, this is harmonic pattern to a T. So it completed, the pattern completed here. Immediate reaction came down, just like literally hit nail price target 2 within a couple of days. No ifs, buts, or anything about it. Came back up to retest the high, and then holy moly, it nailed price target 2 to the penny. Talk about wow. And that's the end of leg 5 to A retracement. So we've seen this. I mean, this should not be new to you. You've seen me show you these patterns over and over and over and over again. But here's the exciting thing is, I get excited at the end of each wave. 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 2 to 3. If you catch that ride, oh my God, that is a gold mine. That's a gift from the market. And I will show you how to do that. I will go through the steps of when I find that as being a great entry, and why that is also a great exit when you catch that wave. So right now there's a very good opportunity possibly for OCUP with news coming out on the 28th. And I'm not pumping the stock, I'm literally reading what the chart's telling me. Not only is there news coming out on the 28th, look what's happening here. Let me count the waves for you. 0 to 1, 0 to 1 here, right? 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 down to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to A, closes the 1 to 5 bull run, and now it's on the last 3 leg, which is the retracement legs. 5 to A to B, and B to C. So our opportunity is somewhere here between B to C, right? And then there's a catalyst coming for FDA coming up. So guess what? The 200-day moving average is acting as support, or it should act as support. So depending, I mean, I'm not going to jump into OCUP yet. My life's work would be in jeopardy if I did, right? I would not be jumping in yet, because there's still time between now and the FDA news. People are going to probably pump this up as an FDA play. But as a trader, I want to see what happens in the next couple of days as price consolidate in this range with the 200-day moving average. This is really crucial right here. And you know, with low volume, and yeah, I mean, it's average for where it's at. So as soon as you see volume jump to 200, 300, 400,000 shares traded a day, that tells me that if the volume increases and it's going down, that means that, to me, there's some negative news coming and the market's not happy with OCUP. But if volume increases and you start to see price come down and then do this, come up, hit the 200 and then go up, and it starts to dance above the 3 EMA and then the 8 EMA, and it breaks up the 20 above the 20, that tells me that leading into the 28th, I would expect some sort of a run. This is a great time to track OCUP. Okay, market's about to open in 2 minutes. I got 2 more stocks to go through. I'm probably just gonna skip them. Let's see, AXLA. I guess we'll just go into the market open with the live. Okay, interesting. Let's see, there's a lot of volume. What is AXLA? Secure method of use patent from the U.S. patent. Oh, we got a patent. Ooh, definitely watch this. But I'm concerned again, right? There's already so much movement at 10 cents and it's now trading at 37 cents. So again, it's hovering against a huge 200-day resistance here, and it's got this massive gap to fill. So I mean, to me right now, this will be chasing, because this 200-day moving average is acting as a massive resistance. So I would watch it to see it break up, come back down, and bounce above the 200-day moving average before I would even consider entering AXLA. Okay, all right, let's see, one more. LGMK announced an agreement with all quality something something. Who cares? There's a catalyst here. Again, the opportunity was wave 2 to 3. I mean, just look at this. Remember, I keep telling you guys, the biggest opportunity, wave 1 is 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and that was a 55% move. Not terrible, not great, but now it's come back down to test this breakout. So when I look at a breakout, it's really critical for me to see something like this come back down to where the breakouts took place, and it needs to bounce from there. But if it continues downward, that's not good. That tells me that the next price target is going to be the 3, and if it breaks the 3, guess what? We're looking at breaking the 8, the 20, and then basically retraces back down to, in this case, where the 8 EMA was at $2. So be really careful with these FDA plays. I'm not here to pump the stock at all. I'm here to educate you and show you how to read the chart so that you don't get caught in the downdraft. Okay, so yeah, so here, look at the 4-hour chart. Yeah, there was a bullish crab pattern, and it nailed the price target again to the T. I mean, harmonic for me is so accurate to the penny. I mean, just look here. I'll draw this out for you. Pattern completion, natural reaction up, came back down to test, actually up to price target 1, came back down to test, came back up to price target 2 at 2, exactly at 284, and look what's happening. It's coming back down. Okay, so right now this tells me that, hey, the pattern is complete. I mean, I should not be entering this stock. I don't care what anyone says. The pattern, the opportunity is at the end of this bullish crab pattern. Right now, you're at the tail end of it. You do not, I mean, at the tail end of it is basically at the tail end of wave 2 to 3 here, right? So 3 to 4 is going to come down. So if you want to trade this, I would watch what happens between 3 to 4, and that's going to take how many days to retrace. And then try, if you want to trade this and you love the stock, wait for leg 4 to 5 up. There's going to be another retracement leg up. See, look, it's already dropping like I said it would. All right, that said, let's go back to my 1 daily list and see who the winners are. Okay, percent changes. All right, TTOO looks like it's up 10%. Look, it's gapped up. I wonder if good news came in that everyone's been waiting for on TTOO. Let's see where it's at. Yeah, it gapped up above the. This is good. I like this. This is very good. I like the fact that it gapped up above the 8 EMA and the 5 EMA. But let me see where the overall chart is. Okay, overall chart. So it got rejected up here near the 200 SMA. I still believe that this is going to happen. It's going to retest, get rejected at the 200. I'm sorry, the 20 SMA right here, and then break the 50 and then nail price target 2 at 20 cents. This is just a temporary retracement. Mark my word. We'll come back. I mean, we'll come back and look at this, but watch. And I drew this out too. Look at these. I drew these out last week. I mean, I knew this was going to happen because look at this. I drew this out from previous charting. It's going to nail this price at the 200 SMA at about 40 cents. And then I would expect for it to retrace, and it's going to come down hard, and it's going to hit about 20 cents. Okay. NVOS. Oh yeah, we were talking about this. Yeah, so it's still going, gapped up again. I had this at like 27 cents. So we'll see what happens here with the price target before it retraces back down. ICU, yeah, it's not doing good. I mean, it's closing above, so far it's below the 3 and the 8. GTII is up 2%. Okay, so remember I said what happens with the doji. So it did open, it gapped up above the closing, and it's trading below the 8. So in this case, I mean, anything can still happen here. So let's just, remember I said it was going to bounce around this region, this price area. Let me map this out. So let's observe and see what happens within this range. Okay, see what happens there. We'll leave these chart up so that we can look at them later. ICCT, I think there was something was going on. I can't remember what was happening with ICCT. I think it was I don't know, an FDA, FNGR, 5-minute chart. There was an opportunity here to scalp it, but it looks like it's going to retrace here hard after this bearish deep crap pattern. So look at like 510, 518 to 510 price target. KULR, KULR is looking very, very bullish. The 10-minute chart is showing there's a bit of resistance at the 200, but let's see if it can get near the 8 today. It needs to close about the 8, which is 62 cents, before we can expect KULR to be bullish. Tesla is up 2%, good for you. But again, Tesla is, I think, in the same situation as the last stock, where the previous stock, where I'm looking at B to C retracement, and then probably come back up and test this trend line up here, and then come back down and nail price target 2 at 230 at some point. All right, X4, why is that even on my list? Let's skip X4. SNDL. Okay, I think I did TA SNDL. Look at that, it came down on the 4-hour chart and nailed the 382 retracement from 5 to A on the 4-hour chart. So this could be the bottom at $1.72 possibly. And then, let's see here, 5 to A to B, and then there's going to be, if it follows, 4 to 5, 5 to A to B. Oh wait, hang on, wrong one. One more time. 4 to 5, 5 to A to B, somewhere here, and then B to C, I would imagine. Okay, so keep an eye on that unless something changes. Volume trading is 556,000 share. It's looking good. Let's see if it can break the pattern. If there's good news, would someone comment? Let me know, because the volume looks really good right now, and it looks like there's a lot of buying volume coming in. Okay, Microsoft, PTVT, MRES, MRCB. We talked about SPY. Oh, SPY and NASDAQ are both down. NVIDIA's down, ANZY, Apple, AMC. Oh, look at AMC. Okay, let's talk about AMC really quick. Where are you at? Okay, AMC. Wow, let's see. Okay, I had this chart pulled up. We talked about this earlier. So, again, right? I was saying AMC needs to follow this 3 EMA on the yellow, and it's doing exactly that right now. So we need to see AMC continue to trade in this trend, and if it does, then you know what, 1072 is the new low, and then we'll see what happens from there. Let's look at the 5-minute opportunity here. Okay, had this breakdown in pre-market. Let's see it. Oh, new wave is starting. Look at that on the 5-minute chart. So 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 1 to 2 came off of the 200 support. Nailed. I'm sorry. Hang on a second. 2 nailed the leg 3. 2 to 3 still going, and then expect some sort of a retracement here, and then this is what I would call. When I look at a 5-minute chart like this, that to me is a scalping opportunity. And on the 10-minute chart, it tells me, looking at the stochastic, price basically exploded right here off of the 20. When you see price hover around the 20, that is to me a huge opportunity for price movement, especially when it's dancing around the 8 and the 3. And now look at how I love the 10-minute chart. Look at how it's respecting the 3 EMA. It's looking like if it continues with the buying volume, we could see something like this happen. I've got this drawn out. We could see something like this, and then treat this as a breakout price at 1368. And if that does happen, expecting to see 1469, which is sadly $1.45 freaking cents. Again, don't even get me started on that. That's just moronic to a whole new level that AMC is trading at this price. I mean, just stupid. So the chart does show that it is oversold here on this chart, but there's still a lot of room to go in the stochastic and this private oscillator here. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Everything's looking good on AMC. I am still very bullish on AMC, and I'm expecting it to hit 1489 here. And once it does that, then we'll see this chart come into play here. And then obviously, where is it going to be here down the road? Price target 1 at $38, which is again $3.80 for those who weren't aware that AMC had a 10-to-1 split, and then at some point back to 440. Okay, Neo's up a little bit. Again, Neo's looking positive, people. It came down and respected the 200 SMA right here on the day chart. It danced around here for a little bit. So I mean, is this a good time to come in yet? I would definitely consider coming into Neo. Why? Because it closed above the 8 last week, and it opened up above the 8. Well, opened up at 1071, close at 11. So it did open a little lower, but bull stepped in and bought up. And so, you know, where's the next price target? 1153, right here, 1153. It's going to get tested here at this price target, price range again. So expect, always expect price to either break, come back down and test. This is where, if you look at an entry, watch for the bounce and then enter after it shows that the bears are no longer in control and the bulls are in control. So that is basically not just TA, but also the psychology of trading. You're understanding where the market is going, where smart money is putting their money. Okay. MMAT got some good news. I think there was some orders that came in. Day chart looks good. I mean, it's still trading obviously in bear territory. If you look at the day chart and where its relationship to the 200-day moving average is way up here at 60 cents. But according to everything else, the 3, the 8, the 20, and the 50, I mean, right now at this bottom, I'm looking at the 50 as a strong, massive support right here at 21 cents. And it could come up and retest this range again up here in the 27 to 26 cents range. And again, if you look at the 20 SMA, good things happen around this range where price 3, 20, and the 8 hovers together. So expect this to respect the 3 EMA. And when I look at this, when things run in parallel on the way up, this is extremely bullish. It's the same on the way down. Look at price respecting the 3 on the way down, and then it respects the 8 on the way down, right? This is how you determine when a trend is on the way down or continues to go down, or when it goes up, and when there's that inflection point when price is going to go back down. All right, Very. I know there's still people stuck in Very, and you know what? As much as I love my traders, I hate to tell you, but this stuff is not looking good, people. I mean, remember I keep telling you, wave 4 to 5, 5 to A was gut wrenching, A to B, and then B to C is in progress. B to C needs to terminate somewhere here, and it's probably going to be, if I mean, the 200 is showing, the 200 SMA is showing that it's a strong support. So I'm looking at probably an 83 cent or even down to the low 79 cents again to complete B to C and then consolidate, and then that would be considered as a full complete cycle for Very, and it can start over again. That was what happened to AMC. I mean, just go back and look at AMC. AMC had a full cycle, and then here, AMC, look at the entire cycle. This is the entire cycle for AMC right here. And it's at the price where it started back 2 years ago, 700 trading candles. So you cannot escape the law of the market, and it always, there's a starting point and an ending point. All right, VFS. Okay, I know I made some calls on VFS here. Let's take a look together. Okay, yeah, VFS, there's a little bit of a pause. When I see a massive like downtrend and then I see a pause, this tells me that it's it's a trap. Don't buy. This is not an indicator to buy yet, because it's like, if you hypothetically were gonna just beat someone up in the ocean and you're drowning them, right? Every now and then they're gonna fight to get their head above water, but you're too strong. And in this case, the bears are so strong that it's just beating the crap out of the bull, and it's just drowning it, and every now and then the bull gets to tip its head up. That's what's happening here. the downdraft is not over yet, and I drew this out for you guys, up and down, and I'm expecting this to return back to at least where it started, around $13. So watch for the next 2 to 3 trading days to retrace down here. And again, what happens when the cycle completes? That is your buying opportunity. That is your buying opportunity. The psychology of trading is, for most retail, you buy high and sell low. It's the total opposite of what you need to be doing. You need to be patient and buy low, sell high. Unfortunately, we all get excited and we buy up here. Oh my God, the price is going to the stock is going to go to the moon, and then you get caught and you lose your shirt coming down. I hope to help you understand that. GNS again. I was telling my traders, be careful. This shit is going to hit hard, right? If you're holding up here, you did not follow your trading plan because you didn't follow your trading plan for whatever reason, greed, hopium, whatever. But I was telling my traders that to be really careful up here, because this was, I mean, fact check me. I warned my entire team that this was going to happen, right? So we're looking at a 58% retracement, and guess where that's going to be in at? Right around the 50 SMA. And it's not fun, people. It's not fun. I mean, it broke straight through the 200-day moving average and pierced all the way down. So that is that. All right, anyways, I've gone too long. I'm going to end this live stream. Listen, if you found this information valuable, please like, subscribe, so that can help get the channel moving. The algorithm is just skewed towards, from what I understand, length of time being viewed, interacting with the site, interacting with the video. So please, I'm not going to ask you guys to do this a lot, but just help out the channel so that we can get the algorithm in our favor and get this information out to more retail traders so that they can also benefit from the information. All right, everyone, have a great day. Stay green, not greedy, and we'll talk soon.